Hello, everybody! Carson, not alone this week! Woo! I'm here with Evelyn, and we're gonna go watch Captain Marvel. Yes, I did go and buy a shirt just for this. Also, it was pretty cheap, and I got it on sale. I don't care. I like the shirt. I like the design.
Shirt's a good shirt.
But anyway, Captain Marvel. This is, what, their 20th movie now?
I stopped keeping track, so...
It's pretty far up there. First one, totally led by a lady. Let's discuss the elephants in the room on that one, and co-directed by a lady as well. I don't see this as, oh, this is just Marvel capitalizing on Wonder Woman. Not really. But I do think Wonder Woman kind of spurred them on. Absolutely. Also, I think Brie Larson saying, no, I want half the people at these press junkets to be ladies and stuff, that's great. I think it would also be great if the organizations that sent those ladies to those press junkets would also have half their reviews of this movie be done by ladies. Come on, let's actually acknowledge that, yeah, I know I'm just this white guy on YouTube, but I'm not pushing anyone else's space away. Let's get more diverse voices in here talking about film, please, for the love of God. That way we can stop getting movies like Green Book and Bohemian Rhapsody that are nominated or win Best Picture, and we get more shit like Black Klansman. Anyway, all of that aside, I'm looking forward to this one. It's Marvel doing another period piece, kind of their second one.
Yeah,
out
continuing
of the past 10 years.
Continuing the Infinity Wars saga, as it were.
Not exactly. It's more like setting the stage for part 2 of that.
No, absolutely correct.
But yeah, but the only things I really know about this is Carol Danvers falls to Earth in the 90s, and she is trying to figure out who she is while fighting, I'm pretty sure, the Skrulls. Shape-shifting alien people, which the Marvel Comics have used to interesting effect. My favorite being when they showed up in a Deadpool comic, and they all started mimicking Deadpool and just started killing each other, which was hysterical to me. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this one. I really like Brie Larson, and I'm always excited whenever she's starring in a movie. So I'm excited to see where this thing goes. How about you?
Yeah, like I said, we're just setting a stage for the next Infinity Wars movie. And I'm really interested to see the take on Captain Marvel here.
Yeah.
And maybe even get a peek of Adam Warlock.
Yeah, that too would be interesting if they circle back on that one. So, let's go see this thing. We're back! And I gotta say, I didn't think I'd say this about this film. Best soundtrack since Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Hands down. Just the 90s soundtrack.
Delightful.
Is just amazing. And it's so...
I run to a lot of 90s music and I'm like, I run to that song.
Well, yeah, but if I remember correctly, like Iron Man 3 had like the AC/DC thing going on, and it felt kind of like cliche, kind of overused.
Actually, no, it was in the trailer, not in the movie.
Okay, I just remember like Walmart was doing it at the same time, and it just felt like a huge fucking sellout.
Yeah.
But
apart from that, I will never hear a bad word spoken about Iron Man 3.
No.
That's
You are
like,
absolutely correct.
that's top 5 Marvel movies for me right there.
I guess my point is that the soundtrack here is using a lot of songs from the 90s that are very recognizable, but it doesn't at any point feel like it's cliche.
Never overstays. That's what I mean, is it's not just a good soundtrack, it's a good use of a good soundtrack.
And well-timed.
And that's what also makes the music in Guardians of the Galaxy Volumes 1 and 2 work so well. Is because it's not just, oh, you're not just playing this Fleetwood Mac song, it's that Fleetwood Mac song at that time.
Exactly.
But anyway, that's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This movie, holy crap, like, I was feeling some real Marvel fatigue after Ant-Man and the Wasp. Man, I'm right back in the game. I'm like, all right,
this is
let's go watch some more Marvel movies.
Definitely one of the better Marvel movies.
Oh yeah, fantastic. I love that the structure of this film, it takes every other fish out of water story and applies it really well. It's like, okay, well, if you're a super soldier from another planet who's used to going from planet to planet, you're not going to act like an idiot when you get to this planet who won't really take you seriously. You're going to go, you're not even a threat to me. I'm going to actually go do my job. And then if they happen to see it, bring them along for the ride. And it's like, okay, structure-wise, that's great. And also, it didn't start the way I was afraid it would start with, like, here's a little bit of her life, and then she's trying to figure out what we've already seen and piece it together. No, all of us are piecing it together at the same time, so it never feels like we're way ahead of Carol waiting for her to catch up.
Oh, absolutely. And
that, it flows so well. And a lot of the time, when you have movies where it's like, incredible, awesome, cosmic stuff going on, and then you bring it to Earth, it's like, can we go back to the crazy planets? I enjoyed both aspects of this movie, and I was never like, we're on Earth? Oh. And, like, I had a lot of fun with that. Beyond that, great characters. Holy crap, I loved all the characters in this thing.
Yeah, their motives were 100% clear. We knew who the villain was, and on top of that, it was a good fucking villain.
Yes. Great villain. Let's not say who the villain was, but great villain.
Which is a fucking milestone for Marvel movies.
Yeah, the thing is so it's not the levels of, like, Killmonger, Thanos, or Peter Quill's dad in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but it's, like, right under there. So it's like Vulture, this guy, I forgot his name, but Guy Pearce's character from Iron Man 3. Like, we're sitting right up there in the upper echelon of villains. Loki is right up in there. Just fantastic. What I also really appreciated was some of the unique stuff they did with playing with memory and how they worked with that. It's like, oh, you guys put a lot of effort into this. Mm-hmm. You really made this work.
Which only helps us to sympathize with Captain Marvel there. Yeah,
and I mean, when she is seeing, like, a weird loop happening, she's like, what the hell? And we're all like, what the hell? And we feel very connected to Carol from the very start of this film. Mm-hmm. And then it's never world building at the sake of character building. They build both in conjunction and move forward very well.
Well, and that's partly because we are seeing the world from the character's perspective.
Yeah, but we never need things over-explained. It's we gave you those powers, we can take them away. And it's like, okay, we get that. Or we get the relationship between Jude Law and Brie Larson immediately. Like, we understand these things, and it just takes just a little bit, put it in the right order, go. And it's perfect. And I think one of the biggest assets to this film is that Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, I mean, he is doing a lot of secret lifting in this film. This film works a lot because of how he reacts to these situations. As Nick Fury, he's like, this is weird, but I'm never going to let it get me off balance.
Yeah, and as a secondary, this is kind of Nick Fury's story, too. This is a little bit his origin story.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not exactly his origin story, because he had a whole life before this, but it is him, like, going, okay, they're superheroes. We need to like align this and figure this out. And it's fantastic. Also, someone far better and smarter said this before me, but I was getting some serious not the Long Kiss Goodnight. No, yeah, the Long Kiss Goodnight vibes from this film. If you've never seen it, go watch it, because it's very much Samuel L. Jackson, Gina Davis, and Samuel L. Jackson's just this grizzled guy. He's seen it all. He's like, all right, I guess we'll go have this adventure or whatever. And it's so great. And this film feels like that, but just, here it is in a Marvel movie. Enjoy it. Brie Larson does an incredible job. Like, she is so effortless in this role.
Oh, absolutely. So there's been a lot of talk that, oh, this is just her filling the Wonder Woman role. But honestly, I feel like if that were true, she's doing it better than Wonder Woman.
We're going apples and oranges.
We kind of are here. I mean,
they're very different characters. Wonder Woman is very blunt. It's not only that she doesn't totally understand the way the culture works, but she says this is bullshit and calls it out. Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, she's like, oh, whatever. She's making jokes. Because she is so confident and assured of her role in this world that it's like it's just easy for her. And again, they're both meant to be played in very different ways. They both incredibly excel as those ways. It's funny because this is an origin story for Captain Marvel, but I don't feel like it's just your typical superhero origin story.
No, because it's good.
I mean, okay. Beyond that, I feel like the ways in which they reward people who really like Marvel movies, like there's a certain character that pops up. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I get who that is. So that's interesting that I now know that about him. That's cool. Now I understand this guy's influence in this world. And it's like, oh, you're not backfilling it. You're just stating it as is and making it work. And it's really hard to explain without going into spoilers, because I definitely want everyone to see this in cinemas when you get the chance. But I gotta say, I think Brie Larson doing Samuel L. Jackson's doing the secret lifting that just works. He plays well off of Brie Larson. It balances the film so well. Brie Larson is doing an incredible job nonstop throughout this film. I love her as Captain Marvel. Well, first of all, I love Brie Larson, but I also love Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. She is just fantastic this whole movie. But I gotta say, the standout stars for this one are the writers, the directors, and Nicole Perlman. If you don't know who that is, she is the reason why these Marvel movies, especially the cosmic stuff, works as well as it does. It's because of her. And holy crap, it's like, okay, we saw what she did with the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, make it work again, and she did. And it's just, it's like having a nice warm blanket around you. It's like, it just works. It's just nice. And this film just nonstop entertaining. I loved almost everything about it. There's only one thing that doesn't work for me, and it's because I'm an action movie snob. Unfortunately. Aw, there we go. It's because I'm an action movie snob, and that is, I can really tell they got a second unit in to do the fights, and it's like, okay, well, we're just going to fight this a little too close, a little too dark, and that's the way it's going to go. If it's a fight that doesn't really involve that much special effects, it's like, all right. And it's a little disappointing because these are action films.
Yeah, so there is definitely a point where the special effects kind of cloud the fight choreography.
Well, not even so much they cloud it, more like if it's mostly not special effects, or if they're not having to do a ton of work on that, then it's like, all right. If it's all the effects team, it's really good, but it's still one of those things where I'm like, come on, let's get some really good fight choreographers in there. I know the people who the team that directed this film, they don't come from an action movie background. I think they come from like primarily a drama background. So it's funny and kind of sad, but so much of this movie works. And honestly, if the character work, if the story work, if all that wasn't as good as it was, I'd be a lot more pissed off about that. But it's one of those things where I'm like, I'll give you a pass on this one. I mean, but as I said, when it gets to those action moments, those big spectacle moments, it's great. But yeah, movie top to bottom, just fun, just fantastic. And it's great. Honestly, I was kind of a little bit, not on the fence, but I was like, okay, if this movie is as good as I've been hearing it's been, I'm gonna have to go and start reading some Captain Marvel comics. Because this, I mean, the comics is just this stuff, but like in its purest form. So I'm excited to start that journey myself. But yeah, go see it. It's fantastic. Please just go see it. It is great. I don't know what comes out next week. So there's that. Oh, your final thoughts? I mean... Yeah,
absolutely. Go see it. I think there's no reason to. This is a movie for just about everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as I said, I don't know what comes out next week. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. I need good movies. But until then, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/glassfilmshouse, facebook.com/glasshousefilms, and Twitter, where I'm most active, @glasshousefilms, and I will see you all next week. Thank you, and bye.
Give us money.